Alright, so our last method, solving using substitution. So we're just, what are the solutions of the system? When we're doing substitution, we're just replacing, right? So because both of these, there we go. Because both of these are equal to y, I'm just going to set them equal to each other. So in other words, the other way to think about it is I am replacing y with 4 minus x. So I'm going to do 4 minus x equals x squared minus 6x plus 10. Now, in order to solve, I have to have my quadratic equal to 0. So I'm going to have to move this 4 minus x to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 4 and I'm going to add x. So add the x to the 6x and subtract the 4 from the 10. This side becomes 0. And we have x squared minus 5x plus 6. From here, we are going to use any of our methods that we want in order to solve, but with how small they are, we can easily factor. And so I'm going to, I know since this is a positive 6, we are the same sign, and since our b term is negative, they're going to both be negative. And so then I'm going to have x minus and x minus. And then what multiplies to 6 but adds to 5, that would be 3 and 2. So right now I have 0 equals x minus 3 times x minus 2. Set both of those equal to 0. And we get that x equals 3 and x equals 2. So that's the start. I have two x values. So since I have two x values, I'm going to plug them in. Again, the linear function is the easier one to plug into, so we're going to do 4 minus 3, which gives us 1, and then we're going to do y equals 4 minus 2, which gives us 2. So our first point when x is 3, y is 1, and our second point is when x is 2, y is 2. And those are two answers for this solution. If there was only one answer, we'd only end up with one x value. If there were no answers, then we would end up with something that didn't make sense and we couldn't solve. But even on this, like where it wasn't a real life situation, so like the one before this when we used elimination, we were talking about pools. So we took out the -4 because you can't do -4 days. If we came up with a negative answer for this one, we would still have two answers because negative x values still exist. And so this is just with no, if we don't have any labels, I can't say that that x is doesn't exist at all. So it just so happens on this one, they were both positive. Anyway, that is it for chapter 9. When you are done with this assignment and mastery quiz, you will be moving on to your test. So until then, see you next time.